I'm first of all welcome you all to this great program. As Shibu said already, like I'm from Australia. Hari, some of you might have already seen me or known me. As it is a first day, I'm going to focus on what is meditation, how to do meditation, what happens when we do meditation for quite a few days as well, right? So mind makes it makes it as a program as well. Sometimes we miss the essence of how to meditate. Mind creates its own pattern of meditating as well. Sometimes I tell some of the meditators who have been meditating more than a year to give a short break for meditation. Don't meditate for a couple of days if you've been meditating for a long time, because we need to sometimes break if mind is creating any sort of pattern. Mind is so powerful that it can enter into any space. Okay. So it is like a liquid. It enters wherever there is a hole. So it's good for all, not just for new meditators, even the meditators who have been meditating for a long time. Signs of meditation. Starting meditation with the right attitude. What is right attitude? End of the day, before we start meditation, we have mind. Mind is nothing but group of thoughts. We have thoughts. So we need certain level of thought pattern or a standard of thinking process to even start meditation. Okay. So what sort of mindset do we need to have to start meditation? Because we have so many new meditators here. It's good to know what sort of mindset do we need to have and tune into. The right attitude or the mindset that we need to have is never doubt your ability to do meditation. I see so many, and I have been seeing so many people, when I go and tell them about meditation, they say like, oh, I cannot meditate. I have too many thoughts. I cannot even sit for 1 minute closing my eyes. So it is not possible for me. Or I'm not the kind of guy who get into meditation. There are no kind of people who can get into meditation. And there is no kind of situations that you are in which will decide whether you can meditate or not. Every single person who has breath can meditate. Everybody. If you don't have breath, this is not for you. If you have breath, this is for you. Meditation is for every individual who has breath. Now, let me get straight into how to do meditation. Now, I guess you all have breath. So you're here. If you don't have breath, you're dropping off. So I take that. So whoever has breath will start learning how to meditate. The first thing is right posture. Okay. How to sit? You can sit on the floor or you can sit on the chair. Whatever is possible. If possible, sit on the floor. If possible. If you cannot, if you have knee problems or, if you cannot sit longer, then you can start doing on chair. Close your eyes as it is shown in the picture. I'm going to pause here because it is very important. This step is very important. Close your eyes. And you have to clasp your hands. Put the hand in hand and cross your legs or feet. This creates a lock in the posture. You're not moving. So basically, meditation is nothing but a process of undoing things. It is not doing anything. It is undoing. Whatever that we are doing, we have to stop. So this posture says that we are seeing, stop seeing. We are moving, stop moving. We are doing things with the hands, stop doing. So sit somewhere, no motion, close your eyes, clasp your hands, cross your feet. Physically, we stop doing everything that we are doing. And then sit comfortably. That is very important part. Don't stress yourself. Sit comfortably in the initial days. It will take its own right posture. Patanjali says, Sthira Sukha Asana. Patanjali is the father of yoga, who says how to sit. Is like, you have to sit in Sthira Sukha Asana. Means a posture. Asana means posture. A posture in which you can sit comfortably for a longer time. Sthira means to be able to stably sit for a longer time. So close your eyes, clasp your hands, cross your legs or feet. And now we stop doing everything that we are doing with the body. Then all that happens starts to be felt. Because we stop doing everything. And the only thing in this body that prominently happens when you do all this is actually two things. Is one, breath, two, thoughts. These are the only two aspects. Even if you try now, we'll be trying meditation. So when you sit, close your eyes, clasp your hands, put body to rest, close your hands. The two things that happens is breath and thoughts, which we can observe. There's so many functions that may happen in the body, but these are the two prominent things that we can feel it. Because the breath is something that goes in and out. We can start feeling that. And then thoughts. So now shift your focus or be present with the in-breath and the out-breath that's happening. Whatever that goes in and comes out. You don't need to do anything. Don't manipulate. No forceful breathing. No intentional breathing. No deliberation. Breath happens on its own. So, you just be a witness of it. You just be a observer of it. Just observe. It's going in and coming out. On its own pace. Some may have faster pace, slow pace, medium pace, whatever pace it is. Observe. Recognize that there is breath. Okay? Short, long. Just let it be and be with your breath. Now, as I said, the next thing is thoughts. There will be so many thoughts coming in to disturb your focus or your observation capability or capacity on your breath. Now, tell yourself, for next whatever time that I'm going to meditate, nothing is important for me. It could be problems in your life. It could be good things in your life. Relationships, things, money, whatever it is. For next 30 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever, 40 minutes that I'm going to meditate, I am going to not think about anything. Whenever thoughts arise, don't give attention. Let me think about it later. Let me focus on my breath. Hey, you have a class coming up next. Don't think. You have to cook. I'll think about it after my 30 minutes. Breath. You have work that you need to go. You have to do something. I found my quiet time now. Can you please wait? I'll do that after 30 minutes. So keep your attention away from thoughts and then bring it back to breath. This is the practice that we are going to do. The key practice. Sit comfortably, relax, clasp your hands, cross your feet, sit, close your eyes, observe your breath. Thoughts comes, don't pay attention to it. Bring your attention back to breath. Thought comes, don't pay attention to it. Pay attention to your breath. That is the key practice that we are going to have. This is a continuous practice that we are going to do for 30 minutes or whatever time that we are going to, right? So, once this practice is done, when we say like, okay, we can open our eyes and meditation ends, how we end meditation is unclasp your hands without opening the eyes. Unclasp your hands, place your fingers on your eyes for 5 seconds. And then, after 5 seconds, when you are comfortable, open your eyes. So to summarize all, right posture, Sthira Sukhasana, sit comfortably, clasp your hands, cross your legs, and close your eyes. Witness your normal and natural breath. Cut every thought that arises, and then try to observe the breath. Now, before going in there, I know immediately a question will follow that, and I'm unable to cut my thoughts. Many of you may come across this while you're meditating. Oh, I'm unable to cut my thoughts. Some thought is just peeping in, and it is very natural. What I'm saying is that is not a hurdle. You're still meditating even if you are unable to cut the thoughts. Because this is a blocker, that this becomes a worry in meditation, that, I am unable to cut my thoughts. It is absolutely fine if you are unable to cut your thought. Then pay attention to that thought. Do not think, be witness of the thought. And then answer to it, can you please move away slowly? And then talk to the thought, slightly push it, cut it, be a witness of the thought, and then bring your observation back to breath. Don't get lost in the thought. Okay? The key is witness. The key is witnessing. The key is being with. The key is witnessing. I'm using this word witnessing again and again because that is the key. That is the key for meditation. Witness anything. Witnessing the breath is the tip of the pyramid, the peak. But if something is disturbing and not letting you observe the breath, don't get disturbed. Observe what is disturbing. Witness what is disturbing. And that will subside slowly. That will subside within few minutes or whatever time. But be a witness of it. Don't get lost in thoughts. Witness of it, and then slowly bring back your attention to the pyramid. It is like, the pyramid-shaped triangle. So you have too many thoughts and disturbances and doing in the bottom where it is brought. As it goes up, the tip is the breath. So our goal is to be on the tip of the pyramid, okay? To be here. But if it goes down and some thought is disturbing, be a witness of it. When you be a witness of it, it goes up. So the process to go to the tip of the pyramid, which is observing the breath, witnessing. Witnessing is your key to open any door to the breath. Okay? Be a witness of it. Now next, benefits of meditation. I don't want to make you feel bored because I'm sure this is well read, well written, well spoken. If you have come here, you might have already read so many benefits of meditation. Meditation gives you peace, memory power. Basically, it enhances our ability mentally, physically, emotionally, and in many other inner layers. It enhances the ability. In fact, it makes us realize the true ability of ourselves at all layers of ourselves. Physical layer, mental layer, emotional layer, and even the deeper layers. When we know the ability of it, when it enhances the power of each of these layers, we get everything that we want. We want to sleep less or more, becomes a choice. Do we want to remember something or forget something, becomes a choice. Do we want thought power or just want to flow with the, life, becomes a choice. So, everything becomes a choice through meditation. Healing happens naturally. Obviously, power increases and then our energy levels increases. All sorts of healing, happens naturally. And then we'll be able to think intellectually and then discern what is right and what is wrong. No need of anyone to tell us what is right and what is wrong. We'll have the ability to identify what is right and what is wrong in our life. And then purpose of life is better understood. Why we are living, why we have come here, why is this name, why is this parents, why is this kids, why is this husband, wife, why is this life, why is this pain, why this disease, why this good thing, why all these good things happen to me, what is paving my path towards happiness. We get to know all those things. Relationships become more and more meaningful and fulfilling. Now, those are all the good parts. What are the myths? As I said, meditation is difficult. No, as I said, if you have breath, you can observe it. If observing is difficult, then meditation is difficult. Just being a witness of whatever that happens. So it is not difficult. You have to quiet your mind in order to have a successful meditation practice. As I said, if thought comes and disturbs, it is absolutely fine. And that is part of meditation. That is already meditation if you have a disturbed mind, because your mind was disturbed and you didn't know until you sit for meditation. If someone says that, I'm unable to cut my thoughts, you are in perfect state of meditation, because until then you don't know that you have so many thoughts. So you start to getting to know your mind. You start to know that you have too many thoughts. But until you sit for meditation, even though you have too many thoughts, you don't know. You don't know the root. You are disturbed, you are depressed. If someone calls you, you shout at them. You are unable to focus on things. Why am I unable to focus on things? Why am I shouting? Why am I angry? Why am I disturbed? Because you have too many thoughts, boss. How do we get to know about this? When we clasp our hands, cross our feet, close our eyes, and sit for meditation and try to observe the breath. That's when you see the disturbance. And that's part of meditation. So you don't need to have to be completely go quiet right away. And it takes years of dedicated practice to receive any benefit meditation. No, after this, today will be the witness for all the new meditators. In 30 minutes of time, you will say something or the other, some small observation. You will definitely say. Even it could be, I have too many thoughts. That's an observation too. And that's a benefit too. Meditation is not escapism. Escape from what? Escape from what? It's not an escapism. It is actually getting surrendered. Surrendered to ourselves. We are not going out from ourselves. We are actually going inside. So it is not escapism. It is actually surrender. Surrendering to ourselves or holding to ourselves. And supposed to have transcendental experiences in meditation? No, sorry. There are no rules that you are supposed to have certain types of experiences. And then I don't have time to meditate. Then that's a myth, or that's a lie that we tell to ourselves. We have time for everything, not just for meditation, for everything. It's just about we deciding whether to do what. You no need to get any of these common experiences, but few may. If you are not getting these experiences, doesn't mean that you are not meditating. But I'm telling this to the people who may get these experiences and should not be worried. You may get heaviness in the head, lightness in the body, mild to severe pain along the spine or anywhere else, floating, whirling, tingling. You may get this. If any of these experiences go to the extent that you are unable to bear, you are unable to even take it, you may feel like you're dying, then it is okay to not to stress yourself. Give a short break in meditation. Just open your eyes and then sit again. Don't get up. The key is do not get up from wherever you are. It's okay to short break if it is unable to handle. Then take a short break and sit again. Visions, colors, flashes of light, sceneries. You may see different types of visions, gurus. You may absolutely not true, and it doesn't determine the quality of meditation. You may feel sleepy, emotional, excess saliva in the mouth. These are not limited to, these are some of the common experiences. So now, quickly, before we start meditation in the next 2 minutes, I'll just tell what is breath. Why do we use our natural breath for meditation? Why only breath? Because breath happens now. Can you feel the breath that happened yesterday? No. Can you feel the breath that is going to happen in next minute? No. Breath is the only aspect which can bring us into this present moment. So, and next is, breath has direct link to mind. How? When you are angry, the breath changes. Could be faster. When you are calm, the breath changes. When you are happy, the breath changes. When you are painful, the breath changes. The rhythm of breath changes. So for every kind of thought or emotion that we have, the breath changes. That means the rhythm of the breath has direct link to our mind. So when we are aware of the breath, we cannot think, because the awareness dilutes the amount of thoughts that we do. Awareness on the breath dilutes the thoughts that we are making every moment. And also, it brings us to the present moment. What can we think in the present? The thoughts are always about in the past or the future. When we are observing the breath, we are in the present moment where no past and future exists except the present moment. In this present moment, mind doesn't operate. Mind becomes one with the awareness, one with the observation, one with the witness. So, breath is the key, and breath is the most effective mechanism for meditating to bring our mind and ourselves into present moment right away. So now, reaching the meditative state, we have to sit for meditation. And then enjoy the meditative state. You get into the state of meditation only by sitting and doing meditation and being witness. Then whatever that happens when we are observing our breath is the meditative state. I tried to meditate so many times, but I am unable to sit for 30 seconds with the circumstances that I have. Is there a way I can ignore all bad happening around me? Okay. As I said before, we do get thoughts. Very, very, very natural. It doesn't matter whether it is a good happening or a bad happening. Sometimes it is even the good happening. Let's say you are successful about something. You sit and then you meditate. You always think about your success, how good I did and how was I appreciated, what sort of awards that I got or whatever rewards that you got. So from my point of view, it doesn't matter whether it is good or bad. A thought is a thought. So first of all, you don't need to think that that whatever bad that around you is creating the disturbance. Equally, the good also can disturb, because the aim of meditation is to cut the thoughts off. Okay, and then in this state, as I said, the first step towards to be able to sit is, don't tell yourself that all the bad has to go away right away or reject it. Just tell yourself, it's a tip that we need to follow. You be there for next 30 minutes or 40 minutes. Just 30-40 minutes, I don't want to think about you. How much ever bad it is. We may lose the near and dear, relationship, money, health, whatever it is, for next 30 minutes. Just 40 minutes. After that, you can think. You can tell yourself that I'm okay to think about it. Just for next 30-40 minutes, I don't want to think about it. So start with that, because what we do is, we sit for meditation and then whenever thought comes in, I don't want to think about it. Then mind pushes you. How can you not think about it? You have a biggest problem in your life. Your whole thing is collapsed, or you have got this good recognition. You are so successful. You're this, you're that. So mind kept on saying that. Then if you give a time limit to the mind, what mind is linked directly to the time. So how you can cut such strong thoughts is like, give timeline to the mind, saying that, just wait for 30 minutes. Just wait for 40 minutes. And mind listens. Because mind is always tied to time and space. So for next 30 minutes, do not disturb me in this space and in this time. So mind says, okay, I'll wait exactly for 30 minutes and then it may try come back after 30 minutes. But thing is, that's what initially you do, right? Sit for 30 minutes or 40 minutes or whatever time. So tell yourself that, for next 40 minutes, I know I have a large disturbance. I have so much bad. I don't want to think about it for next just 30-40 minutes and let me focus on my breath. So start with this. Try. That's 1. And 2 is music. So for many people who have too much of thinking, try this where either I focus on my breath or focus on music. Just listen to music. Close your eyes and listen to music if you are unable to focus on breath. But make this practice not to think about anything, either breath or music.
I have a question that it is generally advised to do some light exercise before meditation. Does
Uh,
the different experience vary after doing exercise?
okay. So, good question. It is not compulsory, but yes, you can stretch. I mean, yoga before meditation is definitely helpful, because what happens is the muscles gets relaxed in the physical muscles gets relaxed when you do light exercise, not heavy, light exercise. But if you do heavy, like your body may get tired, and then when you sit for meditation, you may even fall asleep because your body is tired, right? So not too much, but little stretches and yoga, light yoga before meditation, yes, may help relaxing your muscles and then settle your body. That brings the discipline in your body to some extent. So it's not a rule, but it is okay to do light exercise, not heavy. Yeah. When I concentrate on breath and try to bring my attention to my breath, I feel that I'm not breathing properly and starting to breathe more. There's so many things or the tricks that mind play. It's not actually the breath, it is the mind. Sometimes mind says, oh, you have a big problem. Why don't you think about it? Or why are you just sitting quietly when you have this big issue? When you have something to cook right now, kids are waiting downstairs. Why don't you just go and cook now? And it's a similar thing. So mind is telling how to breathe is the most silliest thing that mind can do, because our body knows how to breathe naturally. So laugh at it, because mind has no capacity or capability to tell how to breathe. Because breath is a natural. When you're angry, you cannot say, I want to breathe normally. No. If you're angry, your breath resonates with it. Your mind is directly proportional to the breath. When your breath slows down, mind slows down. When your mind is fast, breath is fast. So they both correlate each other. They both work together. Mind and breath work together. So mind has no right to tell how to breathe. So breath happens naturally. So whenever you get this thought, it is actually the thought, nothing else. Just another random thought. Whenever you get the thought, cut the thought. Can you please stop telling me what I should do? And then just focus on the breath. And also, it is not concentrating. Sometimes, concentration brings the stress a lot, because concentration still have that single thought, how to observe, how to be with. That's why I gave a couple of analogies there, like, watch the breath as if you're watching a bird fly. What do you do when the bird flies? Wherever it goes, you go with it. And then, however the water falls from the waterfall, you just be with it. Likewise, just be with the breath as it goes in and as it comes out. And then if you get this thought, cut the thought. Don't change the breath, because a mind is tricking you to actually bring you out of meditation.
What does it mean to experience pain in any part of the body during meditation?
Okay, not experience, witness. I'm bringing everything back to this word called witness. Today, I would like to stress, as this is the first session, learning meditation is easy when we understand this word called witnessing. Okay? So, no need to even experience still has some sort of attention to it, concentration to it when we learn an experience. Let's not go there now. First step is witness. If something is really paining and unable to make us focus on our breath, right? What can we do now? We cannot go into this continuous fight for a long time. Yes, we try to cut the thought. We try to cut the pain. We try to cut the disturbance in the body somewhere, and then bring our, awareness back onto breath. But it is not letting us do. Sometimes we have to stop fighting and then witness the stronger part. Why? No need to question even why there is pain, how there is pain. No logical questions. There is so much pain in the knee. Okay, let me just witness it. How is it moving? How is it going around? Is it round? Is it pinpointed? Whatever way it is. Just like we observe a bird and a waterfall and a breath, observe the pain. Have you created the pain in the meditation? Has anyone punched you? No. Did you hit anything? No. It is a natural pain that's already there, which is surfacing during meditation, because you are being present. You are being in this moment. You are not ignoring anything that is happening right now. So you're coming together into yourself. When we come together into ourself, then we start to observe every subtle thing that is happening inside us. Okay? So when you sit in meditation, thing is, if any pain is more disturbing or, it is extremely pulling you back, don't fight for a long time. Yes, try for 2-3 minutes. If it is not easy to cut and be with the breath, then be witness of it. When I say witness, just leave it. Don't worry about, why pain, focus, concentrate, experience, or how experience is like, is it good, is it bad? What is happening there? No questions. Witness, and then try to tell, can I please go back to breath? Can I please go back to breath? Can I please go back to breath? At one point, it says, go back to breath. Okay? It will let you go back to breath. And that comes as an experience. There is so much science behind it, which we get to know in our upcoming sessions. I don't want to go there, but it will definitely tell you. When you try it, you will know it. So, not experience, witness.
So my question is on the first 3 steps of meditation. You said, take a comfortable posture, clasp your hands and close your eyes. So I would like to know the why part of it, because many other meditation techniques, they say that we need to sit straight, cross-legged, or we need to use Shin Mudra. And we need, in some other meditations, they say open eye meditation or gazing at point meditation. But in breath meditation, we use these simple 3 techniques. So I would like to really know the science, if there is any science behind things.
Yeah, that's a pretty good and a long question. So the goal of meditation is end of the day to know about ourselves. Okay, to learn about ourselves. When I say ourselves, it is about the body, it is about the mind, it is about emotions, it is about any other things that we may have, not limited to, but everything about ourselves. I want to know about my eye, nose, any body and emotions, what sort of thoughts, what sort of, my country, where I come from, all these things, aspects around me, getting more understanding about this. That's the goal. So in this goal, there are many meditations aimed at specific layers of it. Okay, when I say specific layers of it, they say Hatha Yoga. Okay, so in the technique of Hatha Yoga, we learn more about the body. Okay, so this layer, this particular aspect of meditation is focused on the body layer. We understand every nook and corner of our body. We stabilize it. We operate it. Okay. So in this process, all these meditation techniques evolved where they are specifically aimed at layers of the self, is one. And 2 is different spiritual scientists have found their way to cut the thoughts. Basically, to know about ourselves, we have to cut the mind. How to cut the mind? Some people said, watch the light. Some people said, the body should be in so-and-so circuit. So the thoughts may come down and then we can retain the energy. So there are different postures, different techniques, different things that have evolved over the ages, all towards cutting the thoughts and knowing about ourselves. Okay. So in this process, even though all techniques have worked to some extent, not every scientist, let's say, for example, the first scientists have invented normal light bulb. Okay, the red one with the filaments in it. That worked, that lighted, but is that efficient enough for a huge room? No. Then they invented tube light. Then they invented floodlight, or different types of lights. Everything gives the light. But what is the most effective way to bring this light? What is the most effective way to get into it, get into ourselves, which can tackle all layers, not just like Hatha Yoga, which can handle one layer of it? What can take us through each of these layers so naturally and then so effectively and for the common man is this path which Buddha has invented. If you see, Buddha was a very common man who has seen every aspect of physical life, where he has been a king, he has been all comforts. At the same time, he has come out and then tried every other guru as well, every other technique as well, explored as if he hasn't got any push as such, you go and meditate. He got a push that why suffering? He started there. Okay, so he hasn't went out to take some sannyas. He has no goal of taking sannyas. All he wanted to do was suffering. So he explored like a common man, like all of us. We have our territories. We are king in our lives. We need to wear nice dresses. We need to work. We need to earn money. We want buildings. We want all these material things. From here, we start our journey just like Buddha started his journey from his palace. So that's why this technique that Buddha has given is applicable and is easy, compatible to every common man who don't want to run into forests. Because it takes us into our journey so naturally than any other technique or posture that we have. Yes, all circuits may work at their different levels. It is like, charging our phone or charging something. If you want to fast charge it, if you don't use the right socket in your phone may blast, because this doesn't have the capability to hold that much of energy right away. Okay? Because we are all doing our daily things, daily aspects and everything. So that's why some postures and some techniques may not be suitable for us. But this is the most effective technique which covers all layers in first place, and two, which takes us into this journey so naturally. Okay, number 3, it is easy and accessible to every common man. Okay, and now coming back to the postures, that the 3 steps that you have mentioned, right? It is a very scientific technique where we have to cut the mind. To cut the mind, we have to close the body, because 90% of the thought starts from the body. We have to shut everything in the body. So that's the first step. Shut everything in the body, half of the mind is gone. And then he is one of the greatest scientists who identified the link between breath, and after Shiva, only Buddha identified. Between Shiva and Buddha, so much is lost. Okay? If you read Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, Shiva has talked only about breath. But between Shiva and Buddha, a lot of things have been lost. Again, Buddha has reinvented the link between breath and the mind, which is a key thing. So many other dances, so many other postures and things came to bring down the mind, but they were not as effective as what Buddha has invented. So this link has given a secret code to get into the mind and then smash it right away. That is holding the breath and being with it. So what I say is, to summarize, yes, all techniques are good, all techniques works, but not as efficiently and effectively as Buddha said with the posture or this secret code. I would say that, breath has the link to the mind. No other guru has actually explained as easily as Shiva and Buddha. Okay? It's a large question. I tried to summarize many points in 2-3 minutes in the best interest of time and space.
How to introduce kids to meditation? What's the appropriate age?
From the age of 4, we can make them sit. Okay. And then kids are good listeners. That's the best part, where, when you say something interesting to them, they definitely listen. So from 4, we can start them sitting, definitely. So there is no age limit. Before 4, they don't even properly sit. Their spine and everything is not prepared to sit. So from 4, you can make them sit. At least tell them that, this is meditation. They act out of it, right? So even for 10 seconds. So it is good to tell them that there is something called meditation. And then, so how to introduce is, don't tell them anything. That's how we need to introduce. Just sit for meditation. That's how my boy is 2 years and he sits for meditation. 2.5. He sits for meditation for 10 seconds or 20 seconds, whatever time in the night. The best possible way is like, he sits by seeing we sit, not by telling anything. So with kids, don't tell them, just as Manusha or someone asked, why these many things, or what is enlightenment, what is Buddha. You sit, they sit. You sit with them as a parent. Hey, shall we do meditation together? It's fun. Okay, sit. You may sit for 15 minutes. They may sit for 1 minute. That's fine. So the best way to introduce, maybe it is not odd answer from a person like me, for especially the younger age kids until 8 years, you don't need to tell anything to them. You sit, they sit. Okay? That's how we need to introduce.